Your top six has been on a roll as of late, but tonight it's your secondary scoring, particularly that Stevens line that steps up. How nice was that to see?
These guys are like my old faithful almost, putting that line together. Chase Waters has been doing really well for a young hockey player, getting into the American League. And John Stevens he's kind of one of my go-to guys for sure. And I really liked Jared Lucas Savage's lately. He's played up and down different spots in the lineup, but he's been really good for us since he's come back, and I've liked his game. So great job by those three.
You guys have obviously had a really strong stretch here, especially these last 4 games. I just wanted to know, do your expectations of what your group was capable of kind of go up after seeing the stretch that they've had here?
Yeah, for sure. I thought we played the Stockton team pretty well, especially the second game. I thought we deserved a bit better of a fate in that 2-1 loss. But that being said, I thought it was good fuel for the fire for us. I thought it was good for us to see that we can compete with the best teams in the league, and just we're right there. And so it's been good. I've liked the way we played. I thought tonight this was our worst game. Out of this little homestand, I thought it's maybe sometimes tough. You let off the gas when you get up a little bit, and I thought we did that tonight. But it's nice for us to come out and be consistent in the third period and finally win.
It was Mikey getting the start tonight, and he wasn't tested a whole lot, but when he was, he came up big. What did you like from him tonight?
Yeah, no, I think you just said it. I think that he wasn't overworked, but he made some big saves when we needed it. He pulled the goalie there, so there's a lot of time there near the end, and we got hemmed in our own zone with the same group that was out there for a while, almost a 2-minute shift. So I thought Mikey was real solid throughout and made some big saves for us.
And then you got Rempel back tonight. You guys next play on Wednesday. Is there an expectation to get anyone else back kind of by then?
Right now, it's we got a few guys day by day, but I don't think that we have. We'll see. I think maybe Tristan Nielsen would be an option for us coming in, but that's it for right now.
Next up, we'll go to Chris Faber of Canucks Army.
Hey, Trent, it's been a big week for you guys offensively. What have you liked about your group? Scoring 5 goals all week long this week.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, I think we've had some really good starts. I think so. That's something that we're proud of. Having the guys prepared and ready to go, making sure they have a competitive advantage, and they've done that. I think our specialty teams has had, I know our PK, we'd like to get a little bit better, or we've had some opportunities where it could be better, but PP has been clicking and doing a pretty good job, and that's giving us a chance to win at night. That's for sure. And goaltending's been really good.
And earlier in the year, you talked about how there's a lot of young guys on this group. We've also seen, especially over this past week, some of the veteran guys really get into that groove with, we talked about this earlier in the year as well, how much more games you guys are playing this month. How much is it because of the veterans kind of leading the young guys into this, or is it kind of both ways with those?
Yeah, no, I think it's our veteran leadership has been strong, especially on this homestand. We've been not challenging them, but making sure that we're trying to push each other, trying to get better. We're like the tortoise and the hare. We've gone through a lot of stuff here, and I feel like we're that slow kind of moving turtle. And just as long as we keep inching in the right direction and doing the right things, and got some good leadership there, that hopefully that we keep on playing.
Speaking of that leadership, John Stevens, a guy who's been doing a lot of real kind of gritty work for you, a guy you've trusted at center for a couple of years now in this organization, when really you haven't had a ton of centers, whether it be here or in Utica. I guess this year a little bit more than Utica, but for Stevens, what is it like for you to see him get a 4-point night, his first 4-point night in the AHL?
Yeah, we've had a few guys had some really good weeks, a really good week. But you know what, John, those guys, I felt like we didn't have it tonight, and I thought those guys, every time they got on the ice, they scored a goal there for us early. So I thought it was nice for those guys who are sometimes in checking roles, sometimes PK more, and not getting opportunities on power play. And for those guys to go out 5-on-5, I thought we were pretty much the best line for us easily tonight. I think it was. I'm really happy for John. He's such a good guy, and he's a big part of our leadership here too. So really happy for him.
Last one for me. Just want to ask about Chase Waters. I know that it feels like there's been a lot more trust given from you as the season's gone on. I know he's only got 6 points in 30 games, but it feels like he's bringing a lot more than just points to this team. Can you just maybe speak on Chase Waters and what you've seen in his game evolve so far since the start of the year?
he's found that niche in the PK. I like him there. I think he's a consummate worker. I mean, the kid works really hard up there for us, and we love it. And I appreciate that work. And sometimes it doesn't show up on the score sheet, but I try to reward that because I think that's the right message to some of those guys that are working like that for their team, not necessarily for themselves at all. So, and he is a selfless player how he plays. So blocks a lot of shots. There's a lot of yeoman's work for us on that PK, and I'm really happy with his young career here so far.
I guess maybe just a follow up there on Chase, coming out as an overager guy, coming out of the WHL. How tough is that to just, come out here and earn a contract, and not just earn a contract, but earn playing time now? I mean, he wasn't a guy who was drafted to this NHL team. He had to work as a 20-year-old to get here.
Yeah, no, well, for sure. It's not easy, and it wasn't overnight that he kind of gained this role. And we talk about gaining trust and trust in them and trust in their teammates. And then I think he's one of those guys that he's a consummate team player. He's doing everything he can for the team, and he's not, like I said to you before, but he's a selfless hockey player. And he really is. He's a tough kid not to like when he's working that hard all the time for everybody else.
Thanks, Trent. Enjoy the road.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Ben Lipka from the Abbey News.
Hey, Coach. I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts on the play of Justin? How do you think he's fit in?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I lost you a little bit there.
Yeah. Your thoughts on Justin Dowling? How do you think he's fit in this weekend?
Justin, no, he's come in. He's I really love that line, the way they played last night. He's a high-end skilled guy. You can see it, and it's almost like the game's moving in slow motion for him here right now. So, but his challenge will be I'm gonna have to crack the whip on those guys, make sure I'm keeping them going and working as hard as possible because the game comes kind of easy to them. And but he's already a hockey smart guy. Like, he knows what's going on. We're talking PK, the systems that we want to try to have, and he picks them up, and it's been flying for us.
Yeah, one last one for me. What are you seeing from Klimovich? I noticed he had a little bit more playing time in the third period. So what are you seeing from him, and how's his development going?
No, he played a lot last night, played a lot here tonight. I mean, it's a back-to-back games, but we're seeing a steady progress with Danila. I mean, there's still some situations where we'd like to see him improve on some of those things, but you know what? I think it's one of those things as a young guy playing in the league and 18, 19 years old this year. So he's kind of like our team. We talked about being the kind of the tortoise and the hare, and he's inching along. He's making strides, and I'm happy for him. He's got some great composure with the puck in the other zone, and we're just trying to find the right map for him to find to read in the D zone and the neutral zone as well.